Dies ist das Ende einer Sage. Ein letzter Weg, gepflastert mit Ehre, Rivalität und Legende. Zwei Titanen stehen bereit. Eisomarto, eiskalt, tödlich, präzise. Der Super Saiyajin, explosiv, wild, unaufhaltsam. Ein Best of 5. 3 Siege zur Krönung, 3 Fehler bis zum Fall. Kommentiert von Ironmaiden. Messerscharf, leidenschaftlich, live. Willkommen im letzten Kapitel von Throne of Mythology. Das Finale beginnt jetzt. Game 4.
Alright, Champagne, I'm gonna do predictions just for you. Who wins game 4? We have Super Saiyajin or Eisomarto. We'll go 2 minutes. Because the game already started, we'll go 2 minutes. Okay. Alright, we have to at least, because it's a German tournament, we have to at least start with a little bit of German, eh? Yeah. One more pretzel for the road. Amazing. Okay, wir haben hier in Blau, wir haben der Super Saiyajin und er spielt Poseidon. Okay. Und im Rot haben wir Eisomarto und er spielt Isis. Iso spielt Isis. Iso spielt Isis. Iso spielt Isis. Okay. Now. Seine Lander ist nicht schlecht. Diese Nahrung hier ist decent. Right? It's decent, aber nicht super gut. 2 gelbe Meinen. Dorfzentrum. Dieses Dorfzentrum ist... I think pasta is good in ISIS. Why? ISIS is insane this patch, though. I'm aware of your opinion of that, Mr. Arbiter. Very hard to do with AE. Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. But having said that, I think that maybe blue. You know, typically. Sorry, did I introduce Super Saiyajin? I think I already did, right? Yeah, he's playing Poseidon. I think that maybe if he can force a defensive Ancestors Eclipse. Is this the finals? This is the finals, Darth Nox. This is the finals, the grand finals. I think if he can force, this map is open enough, and the resources back here are open enough that he can either delay ancestors a lot, just with Athena, Centaur, Hippocans, like that type of thing, and mitigate ancestors eclipse big time, or just force it defensively, maybe. Hermes helps Nai. True. Ah, true, because you can ceasefire just straight up. Strong have. Yeah. I think I agree with you. Aries, we have Aries coming in, so no Hermes. Blue, no Hermes, no Centaurs. No ceasefire. We're gonna have potentially early Padromos. He could get the... I can't remember what the upgrade is called. What's the upgrade called that gives you Hippospis and Padromos in the classical age? I can't remember which one it is, but he could go for like a super heavy classical age with Padromos upgrades. With Padromos and upgrades, I guess is what I should have said. This is intriguing. This is pretty intriguing, I think. What's happening here, Eisomarto? Let's go. Okay, what are we doing here? We're getting Atlanta out. We're going to gold. We do not have a second town center. We do not have a stable coming out. What are we doing here? We have Bast coming in and barracks units. Okay. Yeah, that's one thing, John. That's one thing that I was thinking of as Anubis potential with Isis against Poseidon. At the very least for a spear or serpent spear. At the very least. Anyway, so he's going for double barracks, which Blue sees. It's a good scouting by Blue. He sees it. But he's not reacting whatsoever. Playing this super slowly. Getting eco upgrades. What's happening here? Finally, a military academy. A military academy? He did get the Canopic Jar of Imseti, so his infantry trained faster. Maybe he's just going for straight Hippospis, I suppose. Straight Hippospis, which could make sense against, you know, against the barracks units. Because you can see that he's already building Spearmen. Eisomarto already has Spearmen out. So he's playing, Super Saiyajin is playing the mind games here, right? It's like, okay, Poseidon's gonna make cavalry, I'm gonna make spears. Okay, well, Super Saiyajin understands that, you know, first level thinking. It's like, okay, sort of Demos sort of dread, that's what it is, that's what it is, that's right. Don't we have a Demos in chat? I think we have a Demos in chat somewhere. Raise your hand. Demos, if you're out there, raise your hand. Anyway, so he's playing the mind games. He's countering the counter by going for Hippospis. Yeah, check it out, Hippospis. They're slightly food heavy. They're slightly food heavy for, you know, 6 minutes in the game. Yeah. I guess at the same time, Poseidon has his lure, not too shabby. He should have plenty of food. This is really close food right here as well. The Aurochs back here, so you know he could just sit here, play defense, and make sure he's able to take the Nahrung securely, safely. Double Cyclops and some Hippospis. We've got a Tox coming out. Interesting. This is a peculiar game. This is a very peculiar game. We do have a second monument over here for red, okay? So he does have a second Sphinx out, and he is getting the upgrade, Cryosphinx. Not necessarily a big mass amount, but still. There's also no human unit Egyptian can build that works against Hippospis and Classical. I suppose Set and Ra could maybe go through Ptah for Ptah Slingers, but yeah, I suppose. I mean, yeah, like, you know, there's also the Axeman, sure. I don't know. I don't really know what wins Hippospis for Axeman. Darthnox says Hippospis win per cost. I don't have any reason to disbelieve you, so I believe you. Hippospis win. Oh, really? Oh! Oh! The Cyclops are throwing shit. They're throwing units, baby. I don't know about this push here. Super Saiyajin wants a game 5, everybody. He ain't tired. It's Saturday night. There goes a cat. There goes a Sphinx. Second Sphinx coming in hot. Going down hard. Oh my god. Dude, I thought Super Saiyajin was completely toast. But he hung in there for a bit. Okay, maybe he is toast. Yeah, the Cyclops is down. But there's just no units for Eisomarto. There's barely any units here for Blue to actually continue to do damage, I suppose. No, you only have mercenary infantry, young oath. Anyway, that was, I mean, that's a pestilence gone, and he has some initiative here, but still. Is he seriously still going for spears? Shut up. Spear, axe. Okay, so he's going for axe and slingers. I was gonna say, dude, spears, come on, man. Okay, so he successfully held here. He successfully held. It is 30 to 26 villagers. Wir haben 13, Blau hat 30 Bewohner. Ich weiß nicht. Und 26 für Eisomarto. Archery ranges. Okay. Cyclops archery or talks. Historically, it's a pretty good combo. Cyclops, not so much. Typically, you're gonna see it with Minotaur, however, rather than Cyclops. Yeah, going to this back food, super sick. Okay. Another couple of barracks. Any sign of the heroic age? No, we're getting Will of Kronos for upgraded Cyclops. We're just spamming army from these military barracks. Okay. Both players able to get their RX back here. Super nice. And we're chilling. Things are going slow and we're chilling. Okay. Could have a decent raid here, everybody. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Electrum bullets, John. 1 vil down, 2 vils down. Should at least be 3. 3 vils down. Nice raid by Eisomarto. Really nice raid by Eisomarto. Oh shit, I'm missing a big fight here, dude. I'm missing a huge fight. They've already started engaging, but still. The Hippospis are doing pretty well because the Slingers don't have the Electro Bullets upgrade like John just mentioned. Yeah, it looks like Super Saiyan's taking this fight, eh? Elder Cyclops, man, super sick. Throwing a little guy. What? How does he not die from that? Crazy. We have no reinforcements for blue here, so red might be able to take this fight. I mean, these are high value units, but still, I think red can maybe not. I was gonna say blue doesn't have any reinforcements coming over. Finally, he does. A talks. Couple talks. Okay. But with so many barracks, why not? You'd think that red would be able to just mass. Yeah, no, Electrum Bullets comes through Ptah. Isis only gets Bast and Anubis. So no Electrum Bullets for Isis. Okay, this is a little bit of a weird game. No additional town center from either player. Okay, they're just playing a little bit slow 1TC action, you know. Is this a town center? Is he seriously going for a town center? Dude, is he seriously going for a town center? You just mentioned heroic, John. But still, he is super close to going heroic, but hello, not if he builds a town center there. Going out to wood, all right. Oh, damn. All right. Welcome, everybody, from EGC. I bet this is a huge difference between probably Age of Empires 4 that you guys were watching. We're watching a German tournament here for Age Mythology, and this is actually back to German. Ja, ich muss mehr Deutsch sprechen. Wir casten ein deutsches Turnier und ich habe Deutsch gesprochen am meistens, aber jetzt bin ich ein bisschen müde. Dankeschön, Boxeteil. Thank you for the follow, Boxatile. Welcome. Ein deutsches Turnier. Ah, scheiße. Avely Was machst du mit Age of Mythology 4? Du bist ein Traitor, ein Traitor. Yeah, well, yeah, it's a German Age of Mythology tournament. So a lot of you guys who've played Age of Mythology probably recognize these guys, if not the player names, then the Twitch chatter names. We have Eisomarto, aka Ice Machine. We also have Super Saiyajin. Okay, it is a best of 5. So this is match point for Super Saiyajin. It's match point. He's on his way up heroic, going through Aphrodite. Okay, we have Nephthys on the side of. This is the third age for all you AoE 4 folks. I don't know what the third age is called in AoE 4, but we have Aphrodite, the sexy Greek goddess, coming in for the Greek player here in blue, and the Egyptian player. What is this? Egyptian player's trying to go up heroic as well. The third age. Up through Nephthys, he's just a little shy of food and gold, just a teensy bit more, and he should be good to go. But he's pretty late at this point in time. Neither player, we've had a decent amount of action, 1 TC action between the two guys. Now they've both kind of backed off, chilled out, and now, you know, just trying to get heroic, which blue is now heroic. Okay. Finally getting the medium infantry for his Hippospis. Okay, check out. I don't have maxed out graphics like, you know, people like Yodesla by all means, but Retold has pretty decent looking graphics, even on low graphics setting. Anyway, it's a bunch of Cyclops and a Nemean Lion, a couple of Golden Lions back there cheering on the action as well. Anyway, so it's 1 TC play from both players so far. Finally, we have Nephthys coming in. That is going to give us an Ancestors Eclipse God Power combination. You want to see the gay horse? The gay horse is not going to make it into this game. The gay horse comes from China. Retold is gorgeous. Retold is gorgeous, Kavaryu. However, it helps when you have beastier hardware, that's for sure. So when I'm streaming, I play on low settings. Yeah, China gives us the gay horse. We have another town center. Oh. Okay, we had a little bit of a raid back here. We got a curse. Got a curse to pick off all those spears. However, the Cryosphinx able to still get a couple of Vil kills, possibly. Not too much, not too much. The fortress is able to help, you know, clean that up. And then back on the front side, excellent wall there for Eisomarto, keeping that gold mine nice and secure. Good defense there, good defense, nice. The LGBTQ horse. We don't have LGBTQ horses in AoE 4. Hey, man! AOM likes to push boundaries, you know. We're all over the place over here. Anyway, the second TC is really late, but the fact that... Here's the thing. The Cyclops army is strong, but it's super slow, right? And so, sure, he can bust through this wall, push into the gold mine area, sure, but he doesn't have a curse. And there's Ancestors Eclipse that he has to look out for, eh? So, I'm not entirely sure, strategically speaking, I'm not entirely sure what blue does here. Like, sure, he can get out his, he's Poseidon, so he's got Hippolyta, the hero, he can get out another hero, right? Is there relic gathering in Age 3? Yeah, you can gather a relic whenever you want to, Faplarp. LARPing as a Fapper, I also lap as a Farper. Wait, what? Anyway, yeah, it's you can get relics whenever you want. I believe all of the relics are already garrisoned, however. Yeah, there's 4 of them. Kui drum. We're not gonna look through these right now. We could have an AE. Migdol is up. Migdols are much stronger in this patch, everybody. Patch just dropped this past week. Ancestors Eclipse getting dropped this past second. And here we go. Bro, this is not looking good for blue. We could have a game 5. He's got to micro his little tail off with those Cyclops. Same with the priest. The priest got to go after those Cyclops, man. The ancestors dying fairly quickly. This is not looking super great for blue here. All the ancestors are dead, that's good. The Cyclops, most of which are dead. There's only 3 left over. He could maybe lose another one. Yeah, he should lose that other one. In fact, he's going to lose his entire army. Are you kidding me? We could see just a straight up... I wouldn't be surprised if we got a game 5 after this. Are you kidding me? Like, red is ahead in villagers by a little bit. He's ahead in villagers a teensy amount. Ancestors Eclipse is not a big deal, but all the god powers up until this point in time have all been used. Right, so, you know, we got ourselves some hunting still happening. No farm transition just yet. Slow one, rather a slow one. Okay, so honestly, like, Eisomarto's in a pretty sick position here, and he doesn't have a huge advantage per se. He's got a huge army of priests, you know, you can only do so much with that. So blue is not going to die right here. He's not going to die, like, you know, terribly quickly, but he does have a nice advantage to do exactly this. Take a town center, push his advantage, and so on and so forth. That was bad for Poseidon. That was really bad for Poseidon. Yeah, man, with Ancestors Eclipse on the table, yikes! Going for a push like this is a little sketch city, you know? I don't know. Let's look at his upgrades on his military. He doesn't even have armory upgrades, dude. Like, a little bit of some missed macro here, right? We have an imbalanced economy. If you look at the top left, we have a little bit of an imbalanced economy. So I think that if he had a slightly more balanced economy, maybe with a couple of armory upgrades, that fight could have been much better and maybe a little bit realistic for him to take. But considering the Migdal strongholds are stronger since the most recent patch, real strong actually, I don't know. It's a little bit of a sketchy move there. So he might have just shot himself in the foot and moved us into a game number 5. It's a best of 5, so again, it's 2 to 1, and Super Saiyan, it is match point for him. He's finally getting some armor upgrades. It's match point for him, but still, it's looking more like match point for Eisomarto, or sorry, game point for Eisomarto at this point in time. What does he do with his little advantage here? He's got a town center, pushing that eco, I guess, getting more of an eco advantage. Getting a nice little farm transition, I think, is going to be pretty crucial as well. That hunt is going to run out a lot faster than he's going to want it to. He's getting a nice sick, oh, nice. Oh, nice. Nice little raid here. Dude, again, the cats have been pretty sick this game. The Sphinxes, rather. Get the low HP one. Come on. Swing. There we go. The swing has swung. And we are still on 1 TC for blue. We are still on 1 TC for blue, but he is going up through Hephaestus. That is Age 4, my Age of Empires 4 friends, those of you who are still around. And Avali, if you forgot about AOM, he's going up through the Mythic Age, Age 4 Avali. Anyway, through Hephaestus, so he's going to get those cheap armory upgrades. It's a little bit peculiar that he's choosing Hephaestus, considering he's, well, maybe not super peculiar. Okay, fine. He only got the 1 copper weapons upgrade. I swear I saw him getting more, his full line of copper upgrades, armory upgrades. The Iron Age, yes. No. This is Imperial. He's headed Imp. We're going Imp through Hephaestus, and Red on the flip side. Red is going Imperial through Thoth. Okay, so we're going to have, Red is going to have a Meteor to play around with. A Meteor God Power to play around with. And Blue on the Hephaestus side, he's going to have really cheap armory upgrades and a plenty vault for a little bit of a resource trickle. Okay, so the resource trickle, the Greek side of things right now is the slow burn, you know. It's a resource trickle. It's the value of like 9 villagers kind of worth of resources slowly trickling in. And then again, those armory upgrades being super cheap. Does he have multiple armories? There's one. He only has 1 armory. Okay, so we are not sufficiently prepared for our Hephaestus power spike just yet, but you know, the armory is there. The armory is there. We got another Migdal coming in for Red in the center. We got Siege Works. I don't know how Age of Empires 4 works, but in Age of Mythology, the town centers give you population, and an interesting thing to note, my friends, is that as you can see on the mini-map, let's enlarge that. We have 1 right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. On the sides of the map, we have 3 settlements per player, 3 town centers per player. But here's a caveat on this Yellow River map. There is a 4th town center that either player can fight for here in the middle. And this is looking like a pretty decent stronghold position here for Red. I don't know what Blue's going to do here. He's way behind in economy. His power spike is too slow. That's the problem with Hephaestus. It's not much of a power spike. because it takes so long for you to research. I mean, it's fast, but it's not like an instant use god power, you know? It takes you time to slowly get the armory upgrades rolling in, and then you gotta hope that your opponent doesn't have a lot of armory upgrades so that there's a discrepancy there. And, you know, he's already got bronze, second level armor, second level attack, first level pierce armor. Okay. Anyway, so he's got about half his armory upgrades. Red has half his armory upgrades. So blue's power spike is not really feeling very spiky, you know what I mean? I don't know what he can do here, man. I don't know what I don't know what blue can do here, aside from just praying that Greeks has, you know, super strong late game. I don't know if we can definitively say that one civilization has the strongest late game over another. I don't know. I'm sure pros like Mista, Magic, Recon, Avali, I'm sure all those guys have an opinion on which civ in Retold has the best late game, but I don't know if it's definitive. It's maybe Retold, but I don't know if it's definitive just yet, you know. Yeah, I think we can agree that Atlantean probably has the weakest late game. That's fair, Darth Nox, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Speaking of town center, still no third town center grabbed by, or fourth town center rather, grabbed by Eisomarto. Maybe Super Saiyajin can just sneak down there and grab it. The Phoenix is down. Sorry, we missed that. Here we go. Perfect meteor right into the tree line. Boom, there we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Yeah, get the tree line, baby! And the villagers as well. Oh. Okay, not the best meteor I've ever seen, but it messed up that wood line pretty bigly, right? Pretty sick, pretty sick, pretty sick. And actually, check it out. 127 military units compared to 33 for blue. So he could be in some gold problems here, getting kicked off that gold mine. There's gold option up over here, this other fortress on the north side of blue's TC, okay. Okay. We don't quite have catapults coming out just yet for Eisomarto, right? Death to the vegetation! A couple of phoenixes out, which are pretty sick looking. Those could be sick against the group of archers, the peltasts. Okay. Yeah, no catapult siege. Ooh, bye, Phoenix. No catapult siege for the red player just yet for our Egyptian player. That would make this push a lot bit more threatening. Okay. Blue is getting cleaned up pretty hard again, man. He's getting cleaned up pretty hard again. Yo. Although having said that, great micro with the peltasts to pick off all those chariot archers of red. The camels are still, you know, going pretty hard here. The priests are serious business by all means. What is this business over here? Okay, a phoenix picking off a temple. Okay, sure. Okay, sure. Why not? Again, there's no siege. We have a war elephant coming in here. That's a little bit of siege output. He's got triple frick. Okay, finally. There we go. The catapults are cute, but they're just not coming out. Gotta get the catapults coming, that's for sure. Yo, dude, it's taking him so long. Just take a couple of villages. Excuse me. In fact, take all those vills. Dude, take all those vills and just drop a Migdal right in his face, man. Say bye-bye, see you in game 5. Actually, he doesn't even need to. Bye-bye, see you in game 5. Although, since these guys are German, auf Wiedersehen! You know, something like that. Anyway, really well played by Eisomarto here. Really well played. I think it was well played by both players, but I think that in some of those fights, man, I think that maybe blue was a little bit overzealous in some of those fights across the map. And so I think that, especially that Ancestors Eclipse that we saw, right? And so I think that he just didn't do, he by attacking, he did more damage to himself by attacking than the damage he invoked on red, if that makes sense. And eventually that second town center coming in, and that really paid off bigly, very bigly. Hey. Anyway, so let's update that scoreboard. 2-2, folks. that gets us to the final game, the decider, best of 5, game 5. Honestly, word on the street is that Super Saiyajin, the blue player, word on the street is that he has not lost a game in this tournament so far. So bravo to Eisomarto to give him his first 2 losses. Super sick. Or as the Germans would say, sehr krank, Junge. Something like that. Total resources collected. Pretty darn similar, man. Pretty darn similar all throughout. But then eventually that ISIS player picking up just a teensy bit, nothing substantial, but just a teensy bit. It makes a big difference because the Greek units are just so much more expensive. You need more resources to play with, which you can. For the AoE 4 folks, we don't need to get into all those details right now, but still, you know, when Greek and Egypt economies are basically parallel, das ist nicht sehr gut für Griechenland.